Hello everyone, I hope you are all well and healthy. Welcome to Meet Me Again Party Roseate. In this session I will explain about how to operate ball mill cement milling system without pre-grinder. Before operating the cement milling process using this ball mill, we must first understand the buttons to start or stop the group of equipment used to control operations in the cement mill system. We are preparing to operate the ball mill in cement grinding. The first thing we do is fill the clinker into the hopper, which can be taken from Silo 1, Silo 2 and Silo 3. Clinker from Silo 1 and Silo 2, the quality is the same as free lime below 1.5%, while clinker from Silo 3 is underburned whose quality is outside the standard, or free lime is above 1.5%. Alright. Let's do the filling of the clinker hopper, before starting the other equipment. We click on the clinker transport group, then start it for filling the clinker hopper. Meanwhile, the filling of the gypsum hopper and hopper additive is carried out by field operators. After filling the clinker, then we start the cement product transport group. This cement product transport consists of screw conveyor under dust collector, air slide, then bucket elevator which is not shown in this simulator. Then cement product is put into Silo 1 or Silo 2 and into Silo 3. By selecting the selection button to Silo 1 or to Silo 2 and Silo 3. We start the cement transport group, we click on the group then we start. The cement product according to the selection goes to Silo 2. After all transport equipment from the top cement silo, air slide and screw conveyor runs, it means that all indicators are green. Next, we start the mill separator group. This mill separator group consists of mill ID fan, dust collector and separator. We click the group and we start. The first thing to do is mill ID fan. After the mill ID fan is running, all dampers are green or ready to be opened and closed. Here there is a damper leading to the chimney, which can be adjusted how many openings the damper, then this is a circulation damper, whose function is to help regulate the air intake from the separator, and the mill outlet draft. If the circulation damper is opened too large, the mill outlet draft will decrease, and vice versa. Because the mill separator group is already running, we first open the mill ID fan damper 50%, and for the speed separator we set 60%. Mill outlet draft at the start is maintained between 5 to 6 millibars, and during normal operation it will be maintained at around 11 millibars. Next, we start the material circulation group. This material circulation consists of air slide leading to the separator, bucket elevator, and air slide mill outlet leading to the bucket elevator. We start the group. Then we start the mill lubrication group. This group consists of oil pumps for shoe bearings or trunnion bearings, oil pumps for gear reducers, and water pumps whose function is to lower the temperature when the cement temperature is high during operation. We start the group, and we wait for the process. Because in this simulation it is not equipped with auxiliary drives, so to start the mill directly use the main drive motor. But what needs to be remembered is that to operate a ball mill that uses a 5000 kilowatts or 5 megawatt motor, before starting the mill motor, you must first ask permission from the power station. After getting permission from the power station, then we start the mill main drive. We start the group, and we observe the process. The temperature of the trunnion bearing immediately rises, the main drive is running and we wait for normal rotation, then start feeding. Next, we start the feeding group, we click the group, then we start. Next, we return to the main monitor display to control the operation of the cement mill, which uses a ball mill without a pre-grinder. To perform the initial settings for feeding the material. Because the ball mill in this simulation has a capacity of 200 tons per hour, then we do the manual setting of fresh material feeding 200 tons per hour first. After material feeding is started, we observe the material entering the mill, and we hope that the material in the mill is not too empty or too full. This inside the mill has started to fill up 29% and continues to rise. Then, we hope that the material going to the separator will contain tailings material that will return to the mill. This blane is too high, we try to add feeding first, it becomes 300 tons per hour, and this is still a manual setting the total sum feeding. This total sum feeding is the total of feeding in tailings material, and currently we are setting 300 tons per hour. Blane is currently low. For producing PCC cement, Blane standard is 3800 to 4000 square centimeters per gram of cement. For the proportion of feeding material we have to adjust, currently the clinker material is still 90%. So we have to increase the additive material, which was previously 5% to around 20%. For gypsum material, because the SO3 here is still above 2%, and the SO3 standard is 1.8% to 2%, then we reduce the use of gypsum material from 5% to 4% only, and we observe the results. Then this additive material has started to rise, and the clinker ratio has started to fall below 80%. This tailings material has started 132 tons, but Blane is still 3,500, we try to increase the draft at the mill outlet. This is 6.9 millibars. We add the mill ID fan damper opening from 50% to 60%, while we observe, what is the effect on the milling process inside the ball mill. The mill outlet draft is already minus 8 millibars. We can increase the draft outlet of this mill by reducing the circulation damper opening, which was previously opened by 80%, we lower it to 70%. And we expect this mill outlet draft to be around minus 11 millibars. This material in the mill is full, we control it by changing the set point total sum to automatic. And setting feeding to 350 tons per hour, so that the material in the mill is not full. At the start of the cement production process at the cement mill, the first time we feed using a manual setting, for example, a production capacity of 200 tons per hour, we set the manual setting to fresh feed, while the automatic setting is set to total from tailings material and fresh feed. Product quality has started to improve, Blane is already above 3,700, tailings are around 200 tons per hour. Since Blane is still 3,700 it should be raised a bit. The material level in the mill has started to drop to normal, the default is 75 to 85%. Because the tailings material has started to decrease, we increased the total feeding from 350 to 380 tons per hour, gradually increasing it to 400 tons per hour. With the addition of total sum feeding to 380 tons per hour, the tailings material began to rise slightly, and the product has begun to stabilize. This is between the feeding material and the product material, which is close to the same. This means that it is true in this system. Blane is approaching 3,800, then the cement temperature is still low at 72 degrees Celsius. Under normal operating conditions the cement temperature is between 85 to 95 degrees Celsius. In controlling the operation of this cement mill, it is expected to be optimal, which means that product quality stability can be obtained, then all operating parameters are in a stable condition and do not fluctuate. That was the explanation about the operation of the ball mill that does not use a pre-grinder. When viewed visually it is residue 45 microns cannot be reached below 6%, but blane can be achieved according to the standard, meaning that there is something not quite right in this grinding system, for example the composition of the steel ball, the level of grinding media, and the thickness of the mill liner which has started to wear out. For the cement milling process using a ball mill without a pre-grinder, we will finish here. Then for the next video session we will explain how to operate the cement milling process using a pre-grinder. Thank you for watching this video until it's finished, hopefully it's useful, and don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and share it with your friends who need it. See you in the next video.